Dion, it's only fitting that you're here as our Brotherhood correspondent. I don't know if you know, but you were donned with that honor, even though we got J Man on the channel now. But you can be like the assistant regional manager of the Brotherhood to J Man's actual managerial position. But we got our first look at Nik Khamenia, the freshman who, I feel like he's a little bit underrated just in this fact. He kind of wasn't the highly, like, obviously the boozers coming in. Comenia was more like a middle of the package. When I say middle of the pack, I mean like in Duke recruiting classes. He was like the number, what, like 20 or something prospect in the class or something like that. But a kid who's had a lot of success in high school, a lot of success with Team USA, is going to factor into this year's Duke team. And that's why what I think Duke is going to be so good. We got a first look at Nik Khamenia. I will throw it to you first, Dion, for your thoughts.
Well, I just want to say I'm willing to pass off the hat of the Brotherhood correspondent to J-Man, and I'll just be the president of the J-Man fan club. I'm okay with that.
Pause.
That's not pause worthy. That's not pause worthy. But my first thought, if we ever make it to Durham, I want a video dribbling in that little hallway with the pillars.
Yep.
That's so special. They could have anybody doing that. I'd be like, yo, he's going to the league. There's just something about when they dribble around those, like, or inside of those pillars that's just special. Um, I mean, Kamenia on what was it, the U19 team? Like,
Yeah, USA U19 team.
yeah, he held his own. You know what I mean? And I think that was the first time, like, yo, Duke got one who, like, honestly is going to be what, like, the seventh or eighth man on the team. And, like, they got a good one. He has a burner on him. Not the most athletic guy in the world. In my like from like the videos of him dunking, I think we could have left out. I would have preferred one or two more jump shots over like his rim grazer dunk package that he has. But he has a burner on him, man. Like I think it's gonna be hard to keep this guy off the floor. Because the boozer, like Cam's gonna need spacing, Isaiah's gonna need spacing, Big Pat's gonna need spacing. I think it's gonna be really hard to keep Kamini off the floor.
Yeah, I think so too. And also, like, I feel like him playing on Team USA meant something. Like him being who Tommy Lloyd and the staff trusted,
Yeah.
and him being in that position while not being like, I could see if he was like an Arizona guy and Tommy Lloyd was like, all right, I'm a rock with my guy, or like someone on the staff was like in that position. Now I know he played for previous teams, so he had that Team USA experience. Don't get me wrong, but him playing for that team meant something to me, and it means something to me. I think for the rest of Duke's season, I think he's gonna have a role. Now they have some, like a little bit of a log jam at the wing position. So like you have Dame Sarr, you have Sebastian Wilkins, who's been the seems like the star boy of the summer for them. What do you think his role looks like for this team? Do you think it changes throughout the year? Do you think it remains consistent? What do you think it looks like?
I think a lot of it comes down to because Dame is going to be really hard to keep off the floor too.
Hmm.
Respect, like I really like Sebastian Wilkins' game. As someone that has to go back for his sophomore year because I don't believe he meets the draft requirements, he feels like the easiest one to keep off the floor. I don't know if every portion of that sentence is true, but I'm like 90% sure it is. In terms of like the draft requirements part of it. Um, I think it comes down to Caleb Foster. Did Caleb Foster have the Tyrese Proctor leap that Proctor had last year that everybody's expecting from Foster? If he did, boy, is it going to be hard for Kaminia to have a major role on this team because you kind of have like five dudes set that will have big roles. And then you also have like Caden, who's going to have to get on the court, Kaminia, who's going to have to get on the court, Sebastian Wilkins, who's going to have to get on the court. Like the list goes on and on. The best thing for Kaminia, by the way, was Cedric Howard going to the league. Because imagine if Cedric Howard's on this roster, like where does Kaminia fit in? So, but if Foster doesn't have that leap, how close is it to like Kamenia starting potentially? I think he kind of has a pendulum of what his role could look like.
Yeah, I think so too. And for me, I think he's gonna be one of those guys who I think I'm trying to think about who the last guy who was like a guy who averaged like 7, but like NBA teams like wanted him at the bottom of the first round because he had like a couple 20-point outings and can shoot the ball really well and has good size. Do you think it's a 2-year plan for Nick Khamenia, or you think that he has his eyes set on possibly trying to be a one and done?
I mean, I'm sure he thinks he's a one and done. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't think. I don't think anybody that played on that USA U19 team thinks they're going to be in college after this year, including Merez, by the way. Like, I don't think, like, I don't think, I don't think Merez is sitting at Ann Arbor like, yo, I'll be back next year. Like, he probably will be back next year. Does he believe that? No. Like, they went to Sweden, they donned the stars and stripes, and they're hoping like, yo, this is the last time I got to fly back to the States for college. I'm a millionaire.
Right.
Um, but I do think it is probably a 2-year plan for him because this team is just like ridiculously good, and it's going to be hard for him to showcase. Honestly, the comparison for him though to make the league is probably Cedric Coward. You just need a few games.
I
You
mean,
just need,
he can knock down shots. He has the size, he has the athleticism, and two, I think the great opportunity for him at Duke, not to I kind of cut you off there, Dion, but the
okay.
great opportunity for him at Duke, I think too, is he can show how he can play off other star players.
Yeah.
Like Boozer can make him better. Caden Boozer's a good passer. Caleb Foster, like other good players on the team. Dame Sar, he can play off of those guys, and I think like U19 showed me he can do a great job of playing off those guys, and that can get you to the league, and that can make Duke successful. And the fact of the matter is, we're talking about a Duke team where Nik Khamenia might be fighting for minutes,
Yeah.
and somehow people are like, this brings us back to this point. Don't want to go off on a tangent here because this is a Nik Khamenia thing. People are actually underrating Duke this season.
Yeah. Listen, me and Cam have been saying it.
I'm sorry, you and who?
Me and Cam.
Cam Boozer?
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
Or Cam and I, excuse me, Cam and I.
No,
Uh,
no, the grammar's fine. The statement's insane. That's what I'm looking at here.
well, we're the Brotherhood's one family.
Oh, God. Okay, you're in it, so you get it.
It's one family. Like I said, we don't do NIL. We do friends and families gifts. Brotherhood. We don't do NIL. We don't do NIL. We do friends and families gifts. We make
Just
sure
one
our
big
family.
secret, just one big secret Santa season.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Cart. If your sister needed dinner, you would provide her dinner, right?
No. Why
And
don't you?
and,
Why don't you
and
have dinner?
that's why Izzo doesn't use the portal, by the
Facts. Go eat. What's wrong with you? What I look like? A big brother? Get out of here. But
way.
no, it's gonna be I think interesting to see like what his role develops like throughout the year. I think it's like I said, when I watch these videos, I always come away being like I'm underrating Duke, which needs me I need to take a deep look within. Duke is gonna be nasty. Last thing, but certainly not least, Duke ain't winning a national title until Nik Khamenia finds a real barber. Bowl cut's insane. I'm sorry. I look, I know I've seen some of the cuts for Duke players. I know there's somebody down there that can get my guy right, but I can't have my rotation player walking into the barber shop with one of them bowls, and the barber's like, "What you need?" And he hits like, "Oh, I'm glad I don't have a bowl access. That'd be crazy if I just had a bowl at my fingertips right now." But he literally just places the bowl on his head and just goes snip around. Get my dog a cut,
Yeah,
please.
every time I see a bowl cut, I think of when Kevin Hart asked Ray on the Kai stream, "Yo, what's underneath?"
I will say, it looked like he does got a little fade underneath. I'll give him that. But at the same time, just get rid of the bowl cut.
It's not just him though. Cam and Caden, if you're gonna have that hairstyle, you got to do a fade on the side. You can't do taper on the side with that hairstyle. It looks crazy. I do think, but see, this is what makes us special. We haven't found a barber that's in the brotherhood yet. So we haven't done friends and families gifts for barbers, and we focus on making sure our players are able to eat dinner, they have places to stay, Lambos to drive, stuff like that. Their families are good. It's friends and families gifts. We haven't expanded it to barbers yet. We're focused on making sure our guys are fed, and that at the end of the day, that's what matters most.
Get the Brotherhood of Barber. That's what I gotta say about it. But shout out to Nik Khamenia. Fun video. Once again, I will look within. Duke's gonna be really good this year. I'll get there eventually.